Finally. No. If I'm going to impersonate someone, I'm going to impersonate them properly. So here we go. Finally, Life Out Loud has come back to talk about coronavirus, the people and us. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Today's episode is going to be about COVID-19. But I'm not on my own today. I have company. My brother-in-law, Ed. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good.
Yeah?
Good, yeah.
Thank you for being on the show.
Pleasure.
It's only taken us, a couple of hours just to get it set up for today.
Has,
and about 6 months just to get you on the show.
Yeah, it has. I feel like I am the kind of last choice, but I'm happy to be here.
You're not last choice. You were first choice initially. But then, people knocked on the door and I thought, well, my brother-in-law lives with me. So look, listen, we're not breaking any rules. We live together. My sister's in the household. We've got a little baby boy. Yeah, I said our. You see how I did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Before we get into the topic, I need to get to my fans. I need to do something for them.
Okay.
So I need to get to the millions of subscribers. So I need to get to millions of subscribers. And the only way I can do that, guys, is if you like, comment, share, and if you subscribe. And then turn on that notification, because then you know when we're on. And you need to know when we're on, because if you don't, then you're never going to see us. And you need to see us, because we've got some shit to talk about. If you're ready to get into the episode, give me a hell yeah. And that's the bottom line, because Vish, the fish, said so.
Why are you like this?
I wish I could tell you why I'm like this. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, the way it's going to go, we're going to talk about the beginning, we're going to talk about the middle, and we're going to talk about the end. What's in between, you have no idea, so you need to stick around for the whole episode. Alright, so Ed,
yes.
When did you first hear about the virus? Like, what month were you in?
I must have been start of March, maybe.
Oh, that's when you heard about the virus, really?
Oh, no, well, I mean, that's when it felt like it started to get real, because at work, and this is how bad it is, at work it started out as a bit of a joke. It was a bit, we knew it was serious, but it was talked about as being a flu. So, every day, the girl I worked with, she used to do a coronavirus update of the day, and it was, Alyssa's coronavirus update of the day. And it was all in jest and fun. And then one day, our legal director, he sent us an article, and he'd just gone all serious. And he said, "You read this article, it will change the way you view it." And we all sat down, and we all read it, and then that was it. It hit home just how serious it was.
So for me, it's funny it started in December. Like we heard articles, obviously.
Yeah.
Like Jay knew about. He would show us it on BBC News, and then it would be. January, February. These are times.
That was all China, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and that's the thing. So in my head, I couldn't really understand how a virus can spread globally. Obviously, I'm no doctor, no scientist, so I'm not really into it. I didn't really get it, and it is quite simple. It's just from a handshake or a touch or something, and it's gone to one person, who's then flown to another country,
yeah.
and it spreads. And I get how easy that is, because obviously people travel the world all the time.
Yeah.
Business meetings all the time, wherever it may be. So. I get it, but my head at that point just didn't think it was going to be anything bigger than just China's got a bit of a virus, and that is it.
Yeah.
And that's all I thought. And
well, we were told here it was a flu, right? It was mentioned that it was a flu type bug. It only gets the really old people.
Yeah.
So you're sitting at work saying, "Oh, we'll be okay. We'll be okay." And then slowly the ages started coming down, and then and now it's just about everyone except very young babies, I think.
So here's an interesting fact. 1.5 million viruses that animals have that we don't know about, called zootonic viruses.
Wow.
Yeah, so 1.5 million.
Why don't we get them? Is it because we just...
No, we just don't understand them. So we're doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, so the documentary that I watched shows that we're testing as many as we can. But there's still around 1.5 million that we don't even know about. So at any given point, something can happen.
Yeah,
which is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nuts. It is nuts.
So, what I was thinking, is like there was a movie about something like this in 2012.
Yeah. Barack Obama, when he was in power, he talked about there will be a virus pandemic at some point in the near future. We need to prepare for this.
Bill Gates
yeah.
mentioned it. So some of the most powerful people in the world have mentioned it. A movie
That comes with its conspiracy theories as well.
There's been a movie about it, yet there was no preparation behind it, and that's what makes me think about the conspiracy theories. Like, is any of this actually real? Like, not saying the virus, but is any of this actually real in the way they're presenting it to us?
It gets you thinking, doesn't it?
Oh my god!
It gets you thinking. I am a bit of a conspiracist, and sometimes I find myself getting so deep into conspiracy theories, and I just have to step back because you start putting two and two together, and you're like, wow, no, that can't be true. That can't be true.
The other day I was thinking to myself, maybe it was an activist, someone who really cares about the world and felt like their voice wasn't being heard. Yeah, let's just say, for example, their voice wasn't being heard, and they thought the only way I can actually do something is by doing an action, and that action was creating a virus and then spreading that virus. Yeah, so 3 facts that go with that. So I'm going to try blowing your mind. So I thought I'd do a little bit of research before we go into this. Yeah, so as a planet, we're reaching its maximum capacity of how many humans it can hold. Pollution was at its all-time highest.
That's the biggest one. I mean, we said here, right?
Yeah.
We've had no planes.
No.
We can hear the birds singing.
Yes.
I mean, when was the last time that was?
100%.
When was that? I haven't heard that for ages.
So there's 2, and the other one was I can't remember. I think CO2 levels were at its lowest as well, which again goes with pollution. But again, China.
It's like almost like the Earth needed a reset button. It's 2020. We've got obviously COVID-19 going on. I remember seeing a little history from the last 500 years, and it was sort of every 100 years going back, there was a virus or some type of pandemic. So it was expected. It was kind of expected. If you go on history, it was expected. There was something in 1520, 1620, 1720, 1820, 1920. So you could argue that Barack Obama, Bill Gates, they might have read the book that told them that they had all these previous pandemics and it was coming up. So,
but yet no preparation.
No preparation. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
That's what the mind-boggling thing is for me. Like, we'll go back to conspiracy theories in a minute, but
there's a lot to that.
Yeah, there is a lot to that. Let's go into our journey. So obviously, you had to work from home.
My work sent me home quite early actually, which I was quite pleased about because I was starting to get concerned about Josh and public transport. So I remember one Friday afternoon, one of our colleagues he came down really ill and he left the office, and then about 2 hours later they called an emergency meeting and they said, right, everyone's working from home Monday. We'll review it week to week because it can change. It's a fluid situation. And then there was a bit of a kind of people thought that he might have had it, and he went.
Did he?
He didn't.
Okay.
But as soon as we'd all left, they did a big clean of the office. Like they got special people come in.
We had that.
Yeah. And he's still around. And he said he didn't have it. I don't know if he did. Everyone gets different symptoms. Everyone suffers differently. So I've been working from home now, something like, I think it's my 7th week. I thought it'd be 1 or 2 weeks, and nearly at 2 months. I think I'll be at home probably months to come as well. I can see myself being at home, September, October time, if not Christmas.
I mean, some of the regulations are being lifted. The government are trying to push us back to working if we can work. If we can work from home, then just work from home is the message. But before we go into that bit, I want to talk about what we've done, what we've learned at home. So I remember me and you, the first 2 weeks I was at home, we were at home before my company said, look, we need you to work from the office. So when we were at home, some of the most amazing things was like the time we got together.
100%. It's really felt like that family time has come back, that's been lost in our busy lives. What it's like now. We all cook together, we eat together, you even clean together. And it's just that whole family feeling again of
being together.
And just all those things you do. You used to come in from work at like 9-10 o'clock. I'd come in at 7 o'clock, just about make bath time or whatever. And obviously that's a really special thing for me, is being at home with Josh in this time, because I would never have got this time.
So Josh, by the way, for those of you who don't know, that's our son Magic, and that's my brother-in-law's son with my sister, and I'm the third wheel uncle.
True.
Yeah, literally. When they took vows when they got married, they knew I was a part of the package. You got to spend a lot of time with Josh. So you got to see him grow as well, and it's been eye-opening because every day we aspire for something. Either we want a new car or a new house, or we want to go on this really good vacation. We're always striving to work for something greater, which is right, which is correct. It's but this grounded us. We were able to live in our four walls with whatever we got, whether it was 3 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 1 bedroom, whatever it may be. If we had a Ferrari parked outside, it was just parked outside. We didn't need it.
No.
Yeah, but we were made to remember what the foundation of happiness is, and that's the people that you surround yourself with.
Yeah, and also for me, one of the biggest things was actually making us realise who the important people are in terms of work. You know, all the people that have kept our country going, the nurses, the dustbin people, all these people that work for fairly low wages in comparison to other industries, and yet they're now the backbone of this country getting us through this period. And for me, that was a big wake-up call, you know.
Stay home, protect the NHS, save lives. So let's talk about the NHS.
Love the NHS.
I love the NHS. Unsung heroes right now.
100%.
Yeah. There's obviously, look, we can't go through every category. We know there's so many people doing so many jobs, and we thank you for those jobs as well that you're doing. But we want to focus a little bit on the NHS because obviously they've been underpaid for many years, understaffed for many years, overworked for many years, and in a time like this is when we really realise the worth and value of what we have.
It's just sad. For me, it's sad that it's taken this extreme for us to realise. And I say us, I don't mean me personally, you personally. I think a big portion of this country value the NHS massively, and they know the value of it. You know, it's nothing else like it in the world. I don't think we're known. You know, England is known for the NHS. Everyone knows it. But I think, you know, for the real top powers, you know, a situation like this, for them to realise just how important the NHS is, it's just really not good enough. But
so, where do you see the NHS in 12 months to 2 years? Do you think they will get the value they deserve in terms of even just payments?
I don't think they will.
No.
I just think it's the way the world works.
Do you know? I want to interrupt you here because I remember something. There's someone asked a scientist, and I don't know who it was or what the name was, anything like that. So don't quote me on this person. But they go to her. So how are you going to cure the coronavirus? Yeah. And she turned around and goes, why don't you ask Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo? You pay them £250,000 a week. I earn £25,000 a year. How do you expect me to cure the coronavirus? And that just hit me. The number one thing in the world is not football. Number one thing in the world is not all the other things. It's health.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're not alive, then you got nothing to live for. So the doctors, the nurses, the carers, that's how low paid they are, and yet we're paying so much more money for everything else, or everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, it's all relative, isn't it? I mean, we know how lucrative sport is and how well paid people are. I also feel like sometimes sportsmen in particular, and actually footballers in particular, they're used as an out. So, you know, in a situation like this, it's, the footballers can fund it because they get paid so much a week. What you also have to remember about footballers is they've gone on their own personal journeys to get there. Some of them have come from nothing, you know, and to get to where they are, they've earned that. So they shouldn't just be an out to fund a situation like this. And that's what was nice about that fund that they created.
Yeah.
So it was, you know, a fund for any footballer to donate as much money as they want, £100, £100,000.
So my argument's not that they should get paid lower. My argument is our NHS should get paid higher.
Yeah, 100%. 100, everyone, you know, 90% of people will say that, but it won't happen. It won't happen. You're not going to get nurses, they're not going to turn around to nurses in 12 months and say, thank you for getting us through that situation. We're now going to double your salary. It's not going to happen. It's a system that has to be funded by the government, by taxpayers' money. It just won't happen.
What have you learned through this whole thing, this whole pandemic? What have you learned?
What's really important in life, I think, and actually just how much we get caught up in our own lives. You get caught up in your own routine. You know, you go to work, you come home late, whatever. You go on your phone. You know, you're just stuck in your routine. And then this happens, and then, as you know, I was saying earlier, spending every day together, cooking together, cleaning together, seeing Josh every day, like, you just realise what's important. I see the other day, I don't even go on my phone anymore. You know, my phone's just on the side because I'm enjoying my time at home with the people at home.
I find that.
You know?
I find that I'm no longer on my phone as much as I used to be.
The sad thing is, it's the fight. You know, 4 or 5 of us in the one house, and you can't do the same thing with parents and cousins, and but hopefully that will come and we'll get back to normality.
So what I've taken away, so there's a lot of positive and there is actually a lot of negative. So if we start thinking about it, when it first started, the toilet roll, the loo roll and all of that, it showed how weak humanity was. Yeah. But then we came together on Thursdays, came outside our house,
I mean, how good has that been?
8 o'clock, and we've been clapping.
The neighbour thing.
That's the other thing I'm going to say. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, my brother-in-law actually went around, and my sister went around, handed out their number to everyone on the road and told them to join the WhatsApp group. So they created a WhatsApp group just to make sure that everyone is safe. And that was the bit that I was saying, humanity, the good bit. So there's a lot of positives I've seen, there's a lot of negatives that I've seen. But for me, the main thing that I really want to take from this and take it when we leave out of the COVID-19 is how we can, as humans, come together and fight for the right causes rather than just fight for any causes. That's the most important thing, the right causes. The NHS, improving them, your next door neighbour, just to say, look, you've been going around shopping for Brian next door, making sure
there's a lady that lives on the corner. You know, you've seen her son. He's not very well, and she's got cancer, and Jane has been running errands all over the place.
Yeah.
So you know, but my worry is that we'll just return one of the real world returns, which will be when there's a vaccine, because until that happens, there'll be an element of social distancing everywhere. Is that I just think, are humans too stuck in their ways to become different people? Will the world be different, or will you go back to being your normal self, or you've just got a face mask on your face, you carry on as normal, you go back to, you know, are we going to be materially different, or are we?
I really hope we are.
I hope we are,
because
I hope we can carry forward.
I think we could create a much more better place to be in the world. So not only am I talking about us as people, but what we can do for the planet as
100%.
well. I think we've learned to live without so many things that we are accustomed to living with. But now we're going to be like, okay, actually, I don't need to be in my car. I'm going here, which means pollution's less. I don't need to be constantly using my phone, which means you're not just socially awkward. You're actually conversating with people. You're meeting your next door neighbours. I mean, we know the neighbours that moved into the house next door, but now we know them. Like, we've spoken to them. We know they're great cooks as well.
100%. Yeah. But would we have been like that in a different situation?
No,
probably not. They probably would have moved in. We wouldn't have said anything. Maybe the occasional hello. But
it's been weird though.
It's a weird
not
situation.
Normal. It's just like everything, every part of your head has to second guess or think. Like, a simple thing as a handshake. A simple thing as a handshake cannot be done.
Yeah.
How close you come to people that are not in your household has to be thought through. Everything is just different, but at the same time, I've loved it. And it's weird to say that, but I've genuinely enjoyed. I like the word to go back to normal. Don't get me wrong.
I was gonna say why? Yeah.
But I've loved the feeling of togetherness.
Yeah.
House parties.
It's powerful, isn't it?
It's FaceTimes. Yeah. It's talking to families. It's going drive-bys to your grandmas and sitting outside and waving to them. It's all these things. It's in Italy. You see people in balconies singing and dancing. You've seen circuses come to the front porches of children and performing for them to keep them happy and things. I've seen so many people on the internet send positive messages. I've seen people just doing things to keep the human race happy. And that for me is the most beautiful thing that could ever come across there, and I've loved it. That bit. I genuinely, obviously, you want to look at as many positives and as you can see negatives, but that side of it I've loved. The bit that I don't get is when someone like Trump says, "Oh, there's 5 people infected in 3 days, there'll be 0." Or Boris Johnson shaking everyone's hands up coronavirus. Oh, I shook everyone's hand. That to me is then making me think of conspiracy theories, and it gets me. That's when it starts. Well, I start twitching a little bit. I'm like, what's going on?
If I start researching conspiracy theories, I end up spending my whole evening and the early hours of the morning, because one just leads to the next one, and then leads to the next one, and then you look at how they all connect, and then you lie there in bed and actually go to sleep and think, no, that's not possible. Surely not.
So guys, I want to end the episode there for today, because I want to know about your lot's conspiracy theories, or more importantly, leave me a comment. Tell me, what have you been doing in your time while you've been locked down? I would love to hear back from absolutely every one of you guys. Remember, for me to get to the millions, hopefully in the background you hear someone going, and millions of subscribers. Look, we need you to like, share, comment and subscribe. For today, I'm your host Vishal. I've been joined by Ed. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Hopefully he'll be on a few more episodes as we are in quarantine. I can't bring anyone else here. But for now, it's Vishal and this is Life Out Loud. Thank you very much. Take care.